My Own Grave is a really special song for this band in that it was the first thing that we wrote and recorded together after a very long break from one another. It was the first step after reconciling with each other and getting to know who we all became through the process of just the journeys that we took and the different paths that we walked down. Coming back together and uniting and there being a friendship and camaraderie that had never existed before made the idea of writing music together more exciting than it had ever been, because that's, I think, something that we all instinctively turn to on our own through life. It's like anything's going on, you know, like this is bumming me out, I'm gonna riff. This is stressing me out, or like I'm stoked, and it's like I'm gonna write music. That's what we've always used as a form of catharsis and positive outlet. So working on that song together was a great experience, and the product was something that I thought was a really good progression of the 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟𝗗 sound.
Going into writing My Own Grave, we kind of had no expectations of what would happen other than just reconnecting as friends. And, you know, we had this decades, some of us 2 decades, deep friendship and collaboration writing music, so it seemed like the natural thing to do was to get together and write a song once we had reconnected with each other.
My Own Grave feels like a really special song for us, considering we hadn't put out any material in 7 years. We knew that we had to put out something that could stand alone, because it actually was standing alone, being just a single as opposed to a whole album that was backing it up. There's a pretty conscious effort amongst all of us to include kind of all the elements that define our sound, you know, with every instrument.
I think the goal was to create something that had the cornerstones of 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟𝗗 sound, but to also sound current and sound fresh in 2019.
My Own Grave was a really unique writing experience for me, because it was the first time I ever brought lyrics to the guys in an unfinished state and said, hey, am I conveying what it is that I want to say here? Can you see the sincerity of me trying to take ownership for what I've done and acknowledge the hurt that I've caused, and is this the right direction for these lyrics? And then from that experience, I actually got a little bit of help from the guys with some alternate vocal patterns, things I wouldn't normally try, and it was a really cool writing experience.
My Own Grave was directed by Josh Knopf, a good friend and sort of a mentor to me in the video motion graphic side of the world. So after we had the song, we were trying to figure out an effective way to present the idea that we had come back into one another's life. So it's a very simple visual message, which is us in a circle facing one another, performing music with one another. And I think the intent there is to just show the connection and the focus on what it is that we do well together, and that the band is back together. And I think we're all really stoked with how it came out. You know, it's a simple idea that was done really well.